All right. We're about to dive into just 6 days on the Polymarket platform to see what that kind of explosive growth actually looks like up close. Let's just start with a number, a big one, 254,614. Now, what do you think that is? It's not trades, it's not users, it's actually the number of opportunities. So to be specific, that's 254,614 liquidity provider market opportunities. And where are we getting this? Right here, from the Polymarket Performance Dashboard. This is our guide for this whole explainer, and it only covers 6 days. But wow, it shows a platform right in the middle of a massive growth spurt. But massive growth spurt is just a phrase. What does that actually look like in hard numbers? Let's break down two key metrics that really tell the story of what's going on here. First up, get this, a 73% jump in what they call high momentum markets. These are basically the hottest, most talked about topics on the platform. We're not talking about some slow, gradual increase here. This is a viral surge in activity, and it happened in less than a week. And right alongside that, check this out, a 71% increase in those LP market opportunities we started with. Now, this is so important. It doesn't just mean more people are betting. It means the actual underlying plumbing of the system, the structure for creating these markets, is growing just as fast. That points to a really healthy, expanding ecosystem. This chart here really helps put that growth into perspective. You can see the jump in the high momentum markets on the left, but look at that bar on the right, the LP opportunities. That's where the growth is just nuts. We're seeing the very foundation for trading expand at this incredible rate in just 6 short days. Okay, so when you see this kind of crazy growth, it begs a pretty obvious question. In an environment this hot, how are people actually trading? What are the strategies they're using? And what's great is the dashboard doesn't just throw numbers at us. It actually gives us a little window into trader behavior. It breaks things down into 3 pretty distinct profiles, and each one has its own way of handling risk and reward. First, you've got the momentum chaser. The best way to think about this person is like a surfer. They're always looking for the biggest, fastest moving wave. They jump into these really active, developing markets to ride those quick price swings. It's exciting for sure, but it's a medium to high risk game. Next up is the early stage speculator. Okay, this is an even riskier play. These traders are more like venture capitalists. They're trying to get in on the ground floor of a brand new market, trying to capture that chaotic initial price discovery before anyone else even knows what's going on. High risk, high potential reward. And finally, we have the liquidity provider, or LP. This is a totally different way of thinking. Instead of betting on where a market is headed, LPs act more like the house in a casino. They provide the money that lets everyone else trade, and they make a small, steady profit from the gap between the buy and sell prices. The risk here is lower. It's a game of consistency. All right, now, before we wrap up, we have to pause for a second because this is really important. The dashboard itself has a critical warning. This whole analysis is just for informational purposes. It is not financial advice, and trading involves a very real, very substantial risk of losing your money. So that kind of leaves us with one less thought. We've seen a platform just exploding with growth, which creates these incredible opportunities, but also some serious risks. It really forces you to think about the trade-offs. So looking at these, which path sounds more like you? Would you be the momentum chaser, the early speculator, or the steady liquidity provider?